Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News. Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. Stand up for your country. Well, as we reported yesterday, there's a Gaza hostage deal. I had a hand in it, a little hand, very small hand, okay? I'm going to tell you specifically about that at the end of the program and the final thought. I can't tell you everything, or I think they'd arrest me for national security violations, but it's fascinating. Now, President Biden went public and said, all right, we have a deal. It's not a surprise, particularly for somebody like me who's involved with this, because Hamas knew that President Trump was going to punish it, and the mullahs in Iran knew that. So everybody in the world knows that President Trump is not Joe Biden. But it would be wrong for Americans to dismiss the Biden administration. They did work very, very hard to get this deal on the table. I will caution you, you're dealing with terrorists here. And terrorists who have murdered hostages. That's going to come out. But over the course of the next 3 or 4 weeks, there's going to be a ceasefire and some hostages will be released. I got an inside track on this like nobody has. So I will obviously report what I know. The talking points memo this evening is Mr. Biden's exit. He gives a speech tonight. And it's expected to say, you know, I did a good job and okay. All departing presidents, including the worst president in history, James Buchanan, Jimmy Carter, Herbert Hoover, Warren Harding couldn't because he was dead, but he would have. Even though they have failed tenures, they're going to say they did well. I'm going to analyze that on News Nation. All right, I will be on this evening analyzing Mr. Biden's speech. Okay, there is a brand new poll right when we went to air, came out, CNN poll. And it's very simple. Do you approve or disapprove of the job Joe Biden is doing as president? Approve 36%, disapprove 64%. That's a catastrophe. And Americans aren't stupid. Some of us are, but everybody knows that these 4 years under Joe Biden have not been good for the country or the world. Well, at least 64% no. 36% say, it's fine. And I know some of those people that think he did a good job. They can't explain it. It's all emotion. People believe what they want to believe. Now, Biden's 3 big failures were the inflation rate, which hit 9.1% in June of 2022. So the Biden mantra now is, well, inflation's coming down, but prices are not coming down. Just because the rate of inflation comes down doesn't mean the prices that jacked up, all right, in the first 2 years of his administration are coming down. They're not. You go to any restaurant, any grocery store, oil, gas, that fluctuates. But the food prices and the insurance prices, my God. So Americans, they said, look, this happened on Biden's watch because when Trump left, it was 1.4% inflation. And, you know, the Trump haters conveniently overlooked that. Second is the border. Under the Biden administration, we're 9 million, what they call border encounters. That's when Border Patrol actually see people coming across. But that's a shadow of what it was. I estimate, and this is based on government stats, between 12 and 14 undocumented foreign nationals have crossed into this country in the last 4 years. And it's caused colossal amount of problems on every front, as everybody knows. Finally, overseas chaos, Ukraine, Gaza, China, Iran, it never ends. And there were no problems solved overseas. Isn't that interesting? There weren't any problems solved by Joe Biden until today. And I know the partisans will run wild. Well, Trump got him released. No. It's both administrations work together. And again, I will tell you what happened at the end of the program. And that's a memo. Pete Hegseth. So the vote's going to be next week. It's probably going to get confirmed. Going to be close. Now, the problem I have with this is that we didn't learn much about Pete Hegseth in the Senate hearings because it was all the Democrats trying to destroy him and slime him and smear him, and the Republicans saying, we don't care, we're going to confirm him. So there's a lot of stuff going on in defense. We are changing from a traditional military into a AI high-tech military. How much does Mr. Hegseth know about that? I don't know, because I didn't ask him. Now, there is a poll, AP, Associated Press, and it says Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense strongly approved 19%. Neither approve or disapprove 12%. Strongly somewhat disapprove 35%. Don't know 33%. And that don't know isn't stupidity because most people don't know who he is. So that's valid. But his approval among the folks is low. Again, because we don't know much about him. I never met him. When I left Fox News, he was coming on in. So on TV last night, it was the usual partisan stuff. Let's start with General Barry McCaffrey. Go.
Are we going to use military power in Mexico against drug cartels? Let's bomb them with B-2 bombers. Are we going to threaten Canada to coerce them economically into becoming part of the United States? This sort of goofy, nutty stuff will come to the Secretary of Defense for his decisions. And that's where people should be troubled about this nominee.
Well, that's a load of gibberish. The Secretary of Defense doesn't make any decisions at all. He carries out decisions. Now, McCaffrey knows that, but he's making money working for MSNBC. He was on the first O'Reilly factor ever in 1996 as head of the DEA. And he was a pinhead then. I'm sorry, but he is. He's I know his service, but the guy, okay. Secretary of Defense is not making any policy decisions, okay? We all get that. Now, here's Mark Kelly, the senator from Arizona, who should know better. Go.
You got to understand the demands of the presidency, and presidents could make bad decisions. And it could be up to the Secretary of Defense or other cabinet members to stop him from executing on a bad decision. That's the job of the Secretary of Defense.
No, it's not. Secretary of Defense can't stop a president from making a decision about foreign policy. That's insane. I mean, all you have to do is study FDR in World War II, and his advisors told him a whole bunch of stuff, and he just went, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Some of it was wrong. Some of it was wrong. The president makes the decisions. He's the commander-in-chief. Kelly gets out there and goes, stop him from executing a bad decision. It's stupid. Now, on the other side, there was partisanship as well. Go.
What Tim Kaine asked today is, did you cheat on your wife when you made a vow to her?
Who cares? Why does that have
helped?
anything to do with running a mandate in the military? He might have had
Whether you lie about it or not?
Did you cheat on your wife? Can you conduct a war? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, Americans do care, or Hegseth's approval will be higher. They do. However, Dwight Eisenhower cheated on his wife while he was the supreme Allied commander in World War II. George Patton cheated on his wife, if you read Killing Patton. So O'Leary said, wow, who cares? No, Americans should know the character of their leaders. That's true. They say, who cares? That's not true. But those kinds of things don't usually have anything to do with competence. All right? And I just backed that up with two major historical figures who were very competent in military matters. Many of us are trying to get our finances in order to start the new year right. And that's great news for homeowners. Interest rates have dropped and are now in the 5s. So if you've been burned with high interest rate credit card debt, it's time to break free. American Financing can help you access the cash in your home to pay off your high interest debt. Last year, their salary-based mortgage consultants helped customers save an average of $800 a month. That's like giving yourself a $10,000 raise. What a way to start the new year. And if you begin today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. So please call American Financing today, 800-906-2440. That's 800-906-2440. AmericanFinancing.net. Okay, I want you to check out our YouTube channel because we are closing in on 1 million subscribers. It is free. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. I talk about the wildfires and the progressive movement, so you might want to check that out. And here is the mail. Jacqueline Banuelas, Mission Viejo, California. Bill, can you tell us why Democrats instantly hated Pete Hegseth? Because he likes Donald Trump. That's why, Jacqueline. I mean, you know. Kate on the message board. Bill, your message about tribalism, spot on. Will the people of California wake up and elect ethical, effective public servants now? No. Talked about this with Hannity on the radio today, and we posted it on BillO'Reilly.com. No. If Newsom ran for re-election, probably win. Michael, concierge member. Thank you, Michael. Hope you're enjoying it. Has Gavin Newsom ever provided a reason as to why he doesn't support sweeping dead wood out of the forest? No. No. He just didn't do it for 8 years. Edward, the right doesn't control the most powerful food and drug companies. The left does. Edward, there's absolutely no evidence what you have just written to me. The right doesn't control the most powerful food and drug companies. The left does. No evidence of that at all. What I said was there is no outcry from conservatives about terrible food and super high drug prices. You got to go after the corporations. And the right doesn't do that. Tom McCarthy, Prescott, Arizona. The Red Cross does good work, but I've never seen an accounting of money received or what the money was used for. Well, you can go and look at their annual report. They have to file one. Just go to the Red Cross website. Their annual report should be there. Check it out. Go to charitynavigator.org. They're the watchdog group. Robert DeMarco, Wonton, New York. Your Talking Points memo, an interview with Adam Carolla with the most informative reports on the fires. No other outlet explains the issues as concisely as the two of you. Well, that is what we pride ourselves on, being right to the point. No spin, not just a slogan. We practice it. Rich Ali, Brighton, Tennessee. Do you think Joe Biden actually believes he has been an effective president? Of course he believes it, because he wants to believe it. People believe what they want to believe. That's it. He's going to go, no, I was terrible. There's no way. Rich Stevens, San Diego. I respect your opinion about the presidents after reading your book, Confronting the Presidents, O'Reilly. On Tuesday's No Spin News, you were talking about Biden never admitting a mistake, and Trump doesn't either. I think most presidents don't admit mistakes. My question is, when was the last time a U.S. president actually did? Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky. That was the last time, I believe. If you know another time, let me know. Pam Glass is in Erie, Michigan. Hey, Bill, big fan of yours. Currently reading The United States of Trump. Enthralled by it. It's well written, fair, honest, and that's always important to me. I am reading it ahead of your documentary on News Nation, which will be on Friday, 9 p.m. We'll show you a more extensive clip tomorrow on the United States of Trump documentary. News Nation, Friday, 9 p.m. I will be on News Nation tonight with the boys and girls after President Biden's farewell speech. So we are real pleased with the documentary. I hate that word documentary. It's really a program, because documentaries are all this starchy. You'll learn more about Donald Trump in this hour than you have learned ever since he got into politics. I guarantee it. Well, check it out. Crank up those DVRs, right? DVRs. I have one. It takes me like an hour to tape something. I'm so bad. All right. BillO'Reilly.com store. We have an inaugural special. United States of Trump, the book, no spin coffee mug together. Fabulous price. Want you to check that out. Not Woke gear is still very popular. We got the T-shirts, we got the polos, we got the mugs, we got the stickers. Let's send a message. We are not woke. And then word of the day, do not be sniffish. 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 Don't be that. I'm back with a final thought about my role in the hostage situation. President Trump's victory is a win for America. That's what most voters think. But Bidenomics has left us with a failing economy. I rely on American Hartford Gold to protect my savings with physical gold and silver, and you should consider that. American Hartford Gold has thousands of five-star ratings and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. A tax-advantaged gold IRA can shield you from worsening inflation. You can even roll over your 401k or IRA tax-free and penalty-free. So act now before it's too late. Call or text American Hartford Gold. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you for up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. That's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Are you worried about the IRS collecting and unsavory tactics by that group? Tax Network USA, the nation's premier tax relief firm, can help you. They've already negotiated more than $1 billion in tax relief for their clients. Their services include penalty forgiveness, hardship programs, which can delay payments until your tax debt expires, and lump sum settlement options through offer in compromise. Whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, their experts are ready to assist you. Even if you're behind on taxes due to missing records, Tax Network USA can guide you through the process. Tax season long over, and for the IRS, that means it's collection season now. So to schedule a complimentary consultation, please call 800-958-1000 or visit tnusa.com/bill. Don't let the IRS aggressive tactics control you. Take charge of your financial future. Visit tnusa.com/bill today. All right, final thought of the day, as we reported up top, there's a deal between Hamas and Israel, ceasefire, and hostages supposed to be released in the next few days or rolling out. Okay. So in early December, I got a call from a very well-regarded academic who has very strong ties to the Democratic Party. I know the man for years. So he asks me if I can link up members of the Biden administration's intelligence apparatus with the Trump apparatus. Very specific request to me, your humble correspondent. I say, I'll try. I did. There was a phone call, 40 minutes. Can't tell you who was on the line. I was on the line, but all I was is basically a facilitator. I was asked my opinion. I did give it, but it wasn't much. I just got these two men together. They're big boys. I got to tell you, it was incredible. Someday I'll be able to write about it. I can't now, but someday I'll be able to. And at the end of the call, I said, you know, I think they're going to get this deal done, because both administrations were working together here. At least they were on that call. And subsequently, I think that carried through. One of the key components was Netanyahu in Israel. And it looks like he's come around. So I want to be upfront. It was a very hard decision for me to make because I'm a journalist historian. I'm not a government functionary. But they had to come through somebody who had access. And I do. So I decided to do it for my country and for the hostages and their families, hoping it would lead to something good. Now, I'm not taking any credit for anything. My role was tiny. But I owe it to you, as my viewers and listeners, to explain the situation. And so I have. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.